Hi all you beautiful people, I'm Megan Benanti and this is Rise and Shine, where we take a look at your soul's evolution. So today's big question is, how can I reach my goal? So we've all got them, and this is just going to be a general vibe of how you can take a look at that. I'm going to choose a charm. I'm going to choose 3 charms. You pick one and then that reading will apply for you. So we've got, bam. We have a robot, a girl robot with a heart. We have a running woman, and we have a bluebird. So choose one of those, and this reading will apply for you. I will be reading them in sequential order, and you're welcome to skip ahead. So Robot Girl is first. So Robot Girl, let's see how you're gonna reach your goals and what you need to know about that. All right, the first hurdle you need to face is a bit of fear here. And I feel like you've got a lot of obstacles in the way. You're making it a bigger deal than it is. And it's interesting because we've got 3 of Swords, but this one has the shoe. Shoes are made for walking. So, think about how you want to step over your hurdle or this problem that you need to overcome. It is to a lesser degree. I know that you've got some financial things in there, and it's interesting that I felt like I really needed to use the Couture Tarot for this reading today, because of course that is fancy. Couture is the most expensive garments that we can buy. They're one of a kind. So we're thinking along those lines of, how you can manage to make this come forward and happen in your life. Now, you also, what do you need to overcome within yourself? And you've just got to take a step every day. And I know that you're worried about the goals being too big. Right now, it's just being really consistent. I feel like you can move forward and things will begin to smooth out as long as you're moving towards that moment by moment, step by step. And I want you to continue to kind of stay organized and just have a general stream of like, this is what I'm doing today, this is what I need to do tomorrow, this is what needs to be accomplished by the end of the week. I don't feel like you've got a lot of things in your own mind blocking you, which is good, but you got to stay focused on the positive and the direction that you're headed. Don't let the negative self-talk get the best of you, and that's part of this, is staying really positive in it. All right, now as far as the quickest route to get there, we've got Queen of Swords. So if you need financial assistance, and she's got a diamond crown here, then it is going to be seeking out someone that you know that has money in this. Also though, it's, if this is you, it's your energy and thinking things through, putting logic to it. Being really practical and cutting out your emotions so that you can really navigate this. And in fact, all of these cards, we have 3 swords and 1 pentacle. So for you, separating out the emotional nature so you can be really strong and steadfast and committed. It's also, Queen of Swords, very disciplined, very self-disciplined. So stay very focused on that. That's going to help you in this energy. And, very much a sky's the limit as far as what you want your goals to be right now. And I also asked, where can you turn for support? And I got 4 pentacles. Don't be afraid of getting a loan, investing in your project now. Some kind of small business loan I feel could be a positive for you. Also your own savings account. And perhaps family also investing in this particular image. And you might have to put some of it on a credit card as well. There's definitely a sense of being practical about this energy. And, so you can have all the core basics, and I don't feel like it's about you don't need to buy frivolous stuff at this point, but that might come later down the road as you're more established. So robot people, and I love that because we think about a robot, no emotions. They're all about self-discipline, and that's how we think of them historically, as they don't have the human emotion that holds us back some of the time. So, you seem to be in a really good place. And just also honoring that she has a heart on her chest. So somewhere in there, there is some love for what you're really doing here. All right, so that was kind of cool. Now let's take a look at our running women who seem to be in a hurry. Like, let's get this show on the road. And sometimes we are that way with our goals. There is no time like the present. And keeping your momentum is such a key element of that too. Okay, so running woman. Okay. Well, for you, the first thing to overcome is the things that you don't like about the job. You know, I know that this is hard, but it does require that, you know, sometimes we have to do work that we're not skilled at. So perhaps that's hiring assistants, getting help on Fiverr, looking at how other people have done it on YouTube. You know, if you need logos and things like that, Fiverr's a great place if you can't afford like a marketing firm. But you trying to do this yourself, I feel like you're being resentful, you're frustrated, and this attitude is not helping you. So that's the first hurdle you kind of got to overcome, is what you don't like about the project. And maybe it's getting that stuff done and out of the way. Like, I'm not good at paperwork. I know that. I do it, but I don't like it. So it's not fun for me, which is why I do videos, because they are fun. All right, running woman. So now the first thing you need to overcome in yourself is your fear of, I'm sorry, it's your fear of success and your fear of failure, all in one package. And, you know, it's almost like, oh, this is too much for me. I'm thinking too big. I need to scale back. Maybe it's too designer or too high end. I'll never be able to manage. And the self-talk, dang, you're like beating yourself up with this. No wonder you're running. It's almost like you're running away from what you really want to have as a goal. And, you know, I know part of this might be a financial hurdle for you, but I think that you need to go in and look into this. How do you invest in yourself? And perhaps maybe you need some coaching here. Maybe you need, God knows everybody in the world is a coach nowadays. But maybe you need to talk to somebody who's really good with finances and get their opinion and insight, so that you feel like you can make this manageable, at least on some scale. All right, now, if you really want to reach your goals in this, I feel like you're afraid to talk to your family about this, and that you're really concerned that they're not going to support you on this particular journey. And, you know, that may be true. So you have to decide, can you support you on this particular journey? I don't always tell my husband when I do things. Oh, I know that I know that I should, but like the first time I opened a business office, nope, I went and got a lease, I set everything up, and then I told him, because I knew the only thing he was going to tell me is, oh, don't do that. That's a waste of money. You're paying rent, da 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 da. Well, and eventually I did close that space down, and he could have said, I told you so, but he didn't. But I needed to do what I needed to do. I needed that experience. And then we ended up investing in our home and building an office here, and it's been absolutely amazing because the element is 100% me and not some office building. So, you know, if you feel like your family isn't going to support you, you do you. You look at what you need to do for yourself. But when we have goals, we have to invest in ourselves. And as the running woman, you know, you have to decide, are you running towards your goals or are you running away from them? Because I feel like you've got a lot of headspace you're going to have to navigate through here so that you can find success in this. And I also asked, you know, where you can look for support. And it's interesting, we've got 8 of Wands, and it's all shoes, and you're the running woman. So, so I feel like, you know, it's like, how many different hats can you wear? How many different pairs of shoes can you wear? You are only, I think, looking to yourself. I feel like you're communicating some of this to others, but I don't know that you're asking for help or support. And you know, having guidance from others can be very powerful. I know it's helped me to make massive course corrections when I thought I wanted to you know, expand my business in one way or another. I got some people together and we talked about it, and I realized after that I was like, oh yeah, I don't want to do that. That's not my jam. So, you know, really open up and get the communication clear. And I also think your sense of direction feels really challenged. Your numbers 4, 6, and 8. And you have a couple of 8s, and that's, you know, the in and out, the infinity symbol, the lemniscate of energy. So, you know, you need to decide where you're really headed with this and what it means to you. So I'm sorry, I know that was a tougher reading, but that's where you're at, and that's okay. Honor this space and how you need to move forward with it, because you're definitely about movement. So is that towards it, or is this away from it? Okay, so that is Running Woman, and we'll take a look at our bluebirds. So so excited to finally have some new charms in here. Always nice to get new images. Although my bag is getting a little heavy, I don't know if it can continue to support the weight of all these charms. But I love my bag, it's pretty. Okay, bluebird. Well, that's interesting. No. Okay. So bluebird people, full speed ahead for you. Lots of ideas, lots of good communication. I feel like you're on it. And you know, bluebirds, they're known for making beautiful music. They lay their nests, I believe, in grasses, not actually in trees. So they're a lower dwelling bird. And so for you, it's not about having the highest standards right now. It's about getting everything going with your goals. And I feel like you've got good family support. I don't think that you need to, and your parents also raised you to believe in yourself. And so there's not a lot of self-doubt here for you're like, I've got this, I can make this happen. Even if it's not perfect, it doesn't have to be perfect yet. I'm gonna get there and make this really amazing. So now the quickest route to get there, now that's interesting. I have 10 of Pentacles. So, you know, this might be looking for family to invest in you. Interesting, there's been so much about family for all 3 of these readings. Well, I guess the first one was more about the bank. And this could be going to an outside source or a bank, but I still also feel like somehow that it's like a private investment. So perhaps you're just taking a loan out for yourself to invest in you. But it also feels like it could be close to home in some way. So perhaps someone that you know, an extension of family, that kind of thing. But you need to get some finances behind you, and that's going to help you make things happen much, much quicker. And then support for you. Well, that's interesting. You've got some big, massive challenge here as far as support goes, because I literally got Justice in reverse, and that's the scales. So the idea of balance is already off. And you probably really need to think about how this becomes practical for you. I don't have any swords here, so the idea of thinking things through is not present. I have action, I have passion, I have the finances, but then on a soul level, there's this like, how am I gonna make this happen? And maybe part of this is you need to trust the universe and really say, okay, God, please just open up every sense of direction that I need here, or the divine or goddess, whatever you say that works for you. I use many different words. I try not to like just limit myself to one as far as my belief systems go. But definitely acknowledging that you need some divine inspiration and support in this. And if you keep hitting a pause, then the universe is telling you that there's more to think through. It's not necessarily saying that you shouldn't go in this direction, but it's like, hey, what about this? What about that? Or I need you need to see how hard this is going to be now so that you can endure for the long haul. So don't necessarily give up just because it's getting tough, but just be aware that right now things are a little out of balance. And it might feel like maybe this is the wrong time in the universe and that you're stretching yourself really thin. And that's okay. Just be aware of it and take that into consideration. You are the bluebird. You have the ability to fly above, to get perspective, to be light on your feet, to jump into action. But just know that I want you to think things through and have a clear sense of direction as you go on this journey. Because I think you've got a strong sense of like, I'm going, I'm doing. Oh, wait, what am I doing? You know, that kind of thing. So, all right, everyone. So I hope that helps you out this week. Have a good one and tune in for next week, and I'll have an exciting new question for you then. All right, take care for now. Thanks.